How's it going everyone, Andy here back at you with another video. Today we're going to continue our E3 predictions. The next company up, it's Sony. Now when it comes to Sony's E3, last year I thought they were alright, nothing groundbreaking. Like one of my biggest criticism that I had towards it was just that it was mostly consist of games that we already knew that were coming and that we've already seen them before. Granted, just a bit more of an extensive look at it. Well, not bad, but no real major surprises, and the stuff that they did show that we didn't see very much didn't really excite me a whole lot, so I'm hoping this year there were going to be a few more changes done to it. First of all, I hope this year most of the titles that we're going to see, it's going to be titles that have never actually appeared in E3 before. Maybe they've been announced and teased whatsoever, but no real gameplay or anything has been revealed about them. Now to be fair, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get my wish, because from what I can see from Sony's lineup, and I'm going this purely based on exclusives at the moment as of right now. So obviously you've got Death Stranding, and that was the one game that a lot of people seems to be really excited for. Hideo Kojima's new game, so obviously why wouldn't you be excited? But the one thing that I've noticed here is that we have yet to see any sort of gameplay whatsoever. All the trailers we've seen up until this point is exactly just what they are. They're just trailers that, while they're all in engine, so it's exactly how it's going to look, we haven't got a good grasp of what the gameplay is actually like, and that's my biggest issue with trailers these days. Is they release these trailers and they show a lot of really fancy tech whatsoever, but the one thing that they don't really show you, it's the actual gameplay. So I do hope whatever they're going to show at E3, hopefully it's going to be gameplay this time, because I'm kind of getting sick and tired of just seeing trailers, or scripted moments in this case. The next game I want to talk about is obviously From Software's new game. Now many people seems to be leaning towards that, okay, it's not Dark Souls 4, it's most likely going to be Bloodborne 2, and if it is, it's most likely going to be PlayStation exclusive, which is great. I myself have never really gotten into the Souls game, so while I'm happy for the people who really enjoy these kind of games, but for me, not necessarily for me. Next up, of course, is Spider-Man, and while it'd be nice for it to be there, but I'll be honest, man, I myself just can't wait to play it at this point. I just want to play it. I don't really need to see any more. I think I've already been sold on it that, alright, it's probably going to be pretty good. So yeah, at this point, I just need it in my hands. That's all for Spider-Man. If there's any more trailers, I'm probably going to avoid them because I don't really want to be spoiled in any way. But yeah, this is one of those games that I just need to play at the moment. And then we've got Sucker Punch's new game. I believe the title is Ghosts of Tsushima. You could correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm just going off just from what I can remember. Now this game is interesting because it's Sucker Punch stepping away. Seems to me maybe they're stepping away from what they usually do, which is kind of Infamous is basically a superhero game, that kind of stuff. So I'm actually interested to see Sucker Punch working on something new, if it is a brand new IP at all. But from the looks of the settings and everything like that, looks great. Again, similar to Death Stranding, I need to see gameplay. There's only so much excitement I could generate from literally just a scripted trailer, or in this case, yeah, the trailer didn't really show much. But needless to say, it looks great, and I have a feeling I'm probably going to be keeping my eye on this. Now here's a title that I'm not sure how many people's actually following this, but I myself have been following this game ever since the announcement, just purely because of who's working on it. It's Grand Blue Fantasy. This game, I'll be very honest, when I first looked at it, it didn't really pique my interest until I know who's working on it. Now, Platinum, I'm a big fan of theirs. I love all of their games and everything like that. And this game, from what I've heard, it was originally supposed to be an Android game or something like that. That I didn't really even care. For me, the fact that Platinum is working on it, that's all I needed to know. And to hear that the music is going to be done by Nobuo Uematsu, it's just makes it that much more better. He's one of the most famous composers in the gaming industry, so to hear he could do the music of it, from what I've seen of it so far, it looks pretty good. It's basically right up Platinum's alley, and everything I've seen so far looks really good. Apparently it's kind of a role-playing turn-based kind of battle, which is a bit shocking to me, because from the trailer, that what I could see from it is it looks to be a very action-oriented. It looks like something that is basically what Platinum does best, but we're just going to see more of it. But from what I've seen at the moment, it looks great, and again, can't wait to play it. It looks amazing. Now, the last game I want to talk about is, well, not exactly the last, there's one more after this. The next game I want to talk about is Final Fantasy Remake. Now, this is one of those games that I've said before that I'm sure it will appear in Square Enix's own like conference that they're going to be doing, but I also have a feeling it will show up on PlayStation as well. And just as what many people has probably be thinking right now, no, they will not give you a release date. That's one thing I could assure you that they're not going to do. They will give you some progress report just by showing that, yeah, this is now how the game looks, this is what we're going to do, but they will not confirm a release date. Absolutely not. That's something I could guarantee that they won't do. But in terms of like, you know, the looks, like I don't even know what to say anymore. This is one of those games that I legitimately think that once it come out, the hype is probably too big for it to me. I'm just getting this feeling at the moment. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do really enjoy Final Fantasy VII, but I think Square Enix have just set themselves up for like, you know, this very big, like, you know, for an expectation that I don't think they will be able to meet. That's just, of course, that's just my take on it. I don't think Square Enix now has what it takes to, like, you know, do a proper remake. Not with, like, you know, people like Hironobu Sakaguchi not being at Square Enix anymore, because he contributed a lot, obviously, to Final Fantasy. He is the creator. But hey, I could be wrong. Maybe, like, you know, they totally will be able to pull it off. But I'm just getting this feeling that I will in some way disappointed. I just don't think they'll be able to satisfy both sides of the audience. Like, you're going to have those who basically just want the game to be exactly how it is, and then you're going to have the other half that basically thought like, oh, you know what, this feels a bit dated, we want to change up. I think they're going to have a very hard time striking that right balance. If they could do it, kudos to them, but I don't really think so. Now, the last one is the big one. I'm pretty sure everybody is really excited for this. It's The Last of Us Part 2, and this will come to shock to no one. I have a feeling this will probably be the biggest piece that Sony is going to focus on. It's basically from one of the most critical acclaimed developers of all time. Like, you know, the first Last of Us, like, you know, won numerous awards and everything like that. And the sequel, making one was a no-brainer, because as far as I heard, yeah, I've never actually played it, so apologies right there. I've never actually played it, but I heard it didn't end properly, so a sequel was inevitable, and I'm sure Sony's gonna put all of their, like, you know, time and money onto this, like, you know, just to make everybody be excited. And I'm sure everybody is already. The moment they announced it, there's been a lot of people talking about, wow, like, this is amazing, I can't wait to see it. But as far as, like, you know, that goes, yeah, my expectations for Sony is, I have a feeling they will just deliver. Like, this year it seems like they're definitely going to have a lot of games that they could talk about that they have never shown last year. And maybe some of the games that did came out last year, this year maybe we'll just get a final release date, maybe for games like Days Gone or something like that. Spider-Man we already know, but it will be interesting to see how many of the titles that I've mentioned here is actually coming out this year, or are they all 2019 release? But that's something we're just gonna have to wait and see. But anyway, guys, that's enough from me. Thank you so much for watching as usual. If you liked this video, consider subscribing. If not, you can hit a dislike. But if you actually do like it, hey, feel free to drop a like. Feel free to comment below as well. Like, you know, I like to interact with you guys, and especially for the last video, some of the Bloodstain video that I did, like, you know, I got into some chat with some of the guys there. So yeah, I'll try to respond as quickly as possible as always. But guys, we really appreciate you for watching us. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Take it easy. Bye.